Well, this is about fasting. All right, carnivores and fasting. Okay, so let me just set the stage before you touch my leg. He doesn't have a gallbladder. I have a reduced size stomach. Hey everybody, my name is G Brown, G Brown the Lifestyle Changer, and
I'm Frederick Brown, the husband.
And you've tuned in to another episode of Hanging with the Browns. All right, like I just said, we're going to talk about fasting. Is it necessary? I can only talk about like what I've gone through. Would I do it again? What was this one like? Excuse me. And he's a little satiated right now because he just got off the fast. We started Monday, and I was saying when we met with Live Long, Stay Strong, Rod, I said, if I make it to day 3, I'm good. The goal was 5, but what I did do 3, and then 4 and 5, I modified, and I'm gonna share that with you. He went the entire 5. Now you did a fast, what was it, last week?
Yeah, I did one last week, 2 days, 48 hours.
Right, and so now my question is, why did you do the first fast? What was like through your mind and you said, I want to do a fast?
Well, I think I was feeling a little something in one of my ankles. It wasn't bad, it was just, it felt a little funny, and I wasn't sure if that was actually inflammation or if it was part of my degenerative bone issue that I have. And I wanted to make sure, there was nothing else in my body to be able to hopefully make that determination. And I went for 2 days, and even this week when I went, well, you asked me about last week.
Let's stick with last week.
Yeah, so that was my main reason for
so
doing
now
last
my
week.
question is, after the 2 days, tell me about the ankle.
Well, it still stayed pretty much the same. I don't think 2 days was enough to really make a difference, because I think my body probably kicked into starvation mode, seeing that it wasn't going to get anything else to eat. So it started hanging on for a little. So I needed for it to get past that stage and then start doing what it does in terms of eating excess fat and eliminating everything else from the body. So, I mean, that might not be medically correct, but that's my
understanding. It's what works for us, because we're not doctors. We only doctor on our own bodies. But let me just tell you what I'm listening to, because I know we've said this before. Just because you go carnivore doesn't mean everything turns around. So one of the things that we found out for you is that there was some bone loss.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I've been dealing with, in addition to the inflammation. So having pain because of inflammation, and then also having pain because of the bone loss. You get into a situation where you got very little cartilage or bone rubbing against bone. That's another issue, right? So I got some of that going on, and I think it was evident. My ankle is probably 99%, and I think what I found out, especially this past week, after 5 days, when I know for sure that I hadn't taken anything in, that I have no inflammation. So that little tingle or funniness that I feel has to do with my degenerative bone issue that I have. So, yeah. I mean, it's not debilitating, nothing like the inflammation, nothing like what I was going through before.
I don't even notice you limping.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't
so
limp. But
when he say 99, he just knows there's something there, and just to be mindful of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I know that, so update, I have a knot under my arm. And it's so funny because he noticed it first. So, a little TMI I'm getting ready to give y'all. I refused to pay $100 every time I wanted to be waxed. So I came home and I taught him how.
Wait a minute, you taught me how. No, where did I learn?
From YouTube. You tell the truth. I pull the computer up. I say, now watch these different videos because you getting ready to learn this today.
Yes.
So he was waxing my underarm, and he made a comment. He said, "Oh, you really developing muscles," and that was strange to me. I was like, "What?" So I touched it. I did feel something. I said, "I don't think muscles supposed to pop out under your arm like that." I think I felt like something was under my arm. So I went to the doctor and I had to get a ultrasound. Ultrasound came back and it's fatty tissue. Watched a video about another topic, and that was one of the things saying that when you increase your fat, there is a small chance that you will get these deposits of, like, seems to be a cyst, but it's a fat pocket. And then when I did more research, they talked about, because the lady that did the ultrasound, she said, "Here, feel my arm, I have one here." And she said a lot of times they can be on the back of an elbow. She was just naming different places. And I said, "Okay, well, how you get rid of this?" "Surgery." I was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do that." So I have my game plan. The first was to fast. And so that's when I was he had just did one last week. Then I talked to him and he said, "You know, babe, instead of you're fasting and I'm around here cooking, I'm going to fast with you." And I said, "Well, the goal is 5 days, but keep in mind, I have a small stomach and I have acid issues." I say, "So if I get to 3, to me, that's a win." And so my week, no, that was my reason for it. So now tell me about this week for you.
Well, you just said it. I mean, I did it this week mostly because of you. I didn't want to be cooking and you.
But how do you feel that the fast? Because you fasted before Carnivore.
I've done that. Fasting has never really been a big thing. Years ago we used to do it quite a bit at one of the churches we used to attend, and I think I can remember going up to 10 days, straight water.
I ain't made 10.
Yeah, I could do that. So it's not an issue. I think once you get past the 3rd day, and honestly, well, after day 4 or 5, you start thinking about it. But I wasn't hungry. Mm-hmm. I wasn't hungry. I knew I wanted to eat, but I got to be careful because I started dropping too much weight, and that wasn't my goal. I don't really need to lose any more weight, right? Mm-hmm. So that's my main concern is dropping the weight. I know a lot of people want to lose weight. I mean, I'm at a point now where I don't really want to lose any weight. So, so my main thing was trying to assist you and not deter you from being able to accomplish what you were trying to accomplish.
All right, so my week. First day was fine. By the morning of the 2nd day, I needed to take one of those tablets. I felt the acid in my stomach starting to do its dance. Now, prior to going on this fast, I had worked my way up to 2 to 3 meals because they're small. Where I used to do it in a window, like 12 to 4, no, 2.
1 to 5, kind of
what it was, 1 to 5. All right. And I would eat 3 times 2 to 3 times within that time, and then I was done. And what that did, it calmed that acid down. I was putting in the fats. It was, everything was starting to just really work. And I shared with you guys how I do all that burping. So I had none of that anymore. So that was good. I had a feeling that I was getting ready to mess that up. But I was more concerned with, because I feel that when you go into a fast and your body, because I don't have any carbs inside of me, so your body's going to need something to eat. And my goal was for it to eat this fat up under my armpit so I don't have to have a surgery. And I will say that it has gone down some. I can tell you that it has gone down.
The knot or the fat? The knot.
The knot is fat. Yeah, it is. I know that just sounds crazy. But anyway, yeah, so the fatty knot, however you want to say it, it's gone down some.
Good.
Right. And that was what I wanted to see. And so I found I had to take the tablet by day 2 to calm the acid down. And then by the end of day 3, I felt I needed to eat something. Now keep in mind, I don't get hunger pains. I shared that. If you watch the video, when my stomach was cut, whatever that nerve is that triggers hunger, it's gone. I don't get that. I have to go by the feeling of my body. Do I feel lightheaded? Do I feel this? Do I feel? So those are the things that I go by. Yesterday, instead of eating the rest of the steak, I decided, because I had some pork steaks, I cut it up and I air fried it. I've shared with you guys that one of the downsides of having a reduced stomach, the sleeve, is this thing called dumping. And I said it had been a while since I had dumped. I sat there and ate the food. I ate it too fast. It was good, and I ended up dumping. That means I went to the bathroom and got rid of it. I tried to walk it off. I tried to burp. I tried to do everything. Wasn't working. I hit my stomach. It came back up, and I was just done with that. So what I ended up telling my husband was, I'm going back to my intermittent fasting. That's number 1. I got away from that. I would get up in the morning if I felt like eating. It's like, let me go ahead and get a meal in now, because I wanted 2-3 meals for the day. And I know I can't eat like back to back to back. Well, I'm going back to my intermittent fasting.
What window frame are you thinking about?
Because you normally eat around 2. So 1:30, 2 o'clock, but then I don't want anything after 5.
So from 2 to 5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So that gives you a 21-hour fasting period.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go back to that. I know it's going to take me time to do, because the acid in my stomach now is just, it's out of whack. It is, it's out of whack. And so, like when I left earlier, I popped a pill because I felt it. It starts with that burping and everything. So I keep saying, don't have this surgery, eat carnivore, and just be done with it. Now, you did have your first meal. How did that go?
I was a little disappointed. As a matter of fact, I had gotten a text from Louis at the Carnivore family, and he and I have been texting each other, and he was excited about me eating my first meal, and said he knew it was going to be great. But I was really a little disappointed. And the reason I was disappointed, we actually did something that we hadn't done. I've normally been eating ribeye, but earlier in the week we went to the store, and they had some T-bone, some porterhouse steaks on sale. And I did get a bulk package of ribeye. I did do that, but I also bought a few packs of the T-bones. And I said, well, okay. I used to like T-bones growing up.
One pack say T-bone, the other one say porterhouse.
Porterhouse T-bone, I thought it was all the same thing. Both of them got bones in them. I thought it was the same thing.
I don't know. We'll look it up.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead and tell us in the comments.
Yeah. So
what's the difference?
So
Because one just bigger.
They both were kind of big. They both were bigger than what I normally cut, and I don't like that. And the taste of it, it was okay. But it was such that if I had to eat that every day, I think I would struggle being a carnivore. Really I would, because I've gotten adjusted to those ribeyes, man. I can just devour those. How
you just gonna say you ain't say I'm gonna find a different cut of meat. If I had to eat that, I just don't know if I'm gonna be carnivore.
Yeah, I couldn't eat that every day. I couldn't eat that one every day. No, I couldn't. So, I think once upon a time I probably could eat it for a while.
Because you used to eat T-bone.
Well, I did, but growing up.
Yeah, you go to Texas Roadhouse, give me your biggest T-bone.
Yeah. Growing up, that was my favorite. But, even as a kid, I recall my dad saying that ribeye was the best, but I'm like, man, I don't know ribeye. I want a big T-bone, you know. Never really given ribeye a try, but man, I love them daggone ribeyes, dude. So.
Okay, so now without a gallbladder, you had been 5 days. What happened with the first meal?
Oh yeah, wow. There was nothing in me, and I ate, and I like, you know, this almost took me back to day one when I started with the carnivore. You know, I had to dump, but not like what you had.
You was
do,
on
right?
the back end.
I was on the back
front
end, right? I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I finished the steak. I said, I gotta go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and and you know, I released, but. You know,
I think
it could have been the cut of the steak too. I mean,
don't even try. There wasn't nothing wrong with that cut. So I would say for us, if we do decide to implement fasting in our lifestyle, that we understand that coming off of the fast, that there are going to be some consequences. You might have some health benefits. Because I really do believe that when you fast, any bad cells that are in you, that's what your body is going to eat and destroy first. I believe that. So I believe that it is good for you to fast. Unfortunately, you don't have a gallbladder and I have a reduced size stomach. So coming off of the fast, or even for me, fasting beyond, I think 3 days is probably enough for me, because then my system is just, I have to work my system back. I haven't eaten today.
Yeah, I don't really want to fast anymore. Outside of my intermittent fasting, I think that works well for me.
Yeah,
you know,
that is right.
Eating that one meal. If I eat at 2 and you know, within that hour, I'm fasting for 23 hours almost. So I mean, I think that's sufficient for me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I agree.
I don't want to do those long-term.
And I think
anymore.
that if I go ahead and implement back to my intermittent fasting, that 21 hours?
If I eat one time,
I'm talking about me.
Well, 21 hours.
21 hours is enough time for my body to go up under my arm and eat that knot up under it. Because that's what I wanted to do. All right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, come on over here.
Go ahead, come on now.
Don't do that.
No, come on. Let's go on.
Well, you know,
Sign off.
we've been fasting. You got a little energy now? You ate?
You know what? I almost said something.
Ooh.
Come on.
All right, so if you like this video, what?
Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button.
There you go. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.